Hey folks, so today we will try to make this sound. Okay, I don't want to play it too much. I don't even know if I'll get a copyright strike if I use this too much. So what I have to first do is change the melody a little bit so that while I'm playing this, while we are tweaking and making the sound, I don't really get flagged for it. Okay, so just be patient with me while I kind of tweak this melody. Okay, so what I'll do is, so I have the patch created here that I tried yesterday. So what I'm going to do is just duplicate it, right? Okay, so I've duplicated the track here. I'm going to mute this track so it doesn't play. Okay, I'll bring up Zebra here. I'm going to just, let me leave it like that, okay? Because I'm gonna just dum dum dum. So I'm gonna just give me a second. So that's what I'm gonna do, okay? So all these things I will raise, and then maybe instead of these, I will just okay, and not sure if I can do anything else there. Okay, let's see what it sounds like. Okay, still a little too close to the original melody. I'm going to take a risk, okay? So first thing I want to do is bring up Zebra 3, okay? I'm just going to clear this out, okay? So let's start building this. We are going to use a new module that we have not used before called Modal. Okay, we don't need an oscillator here. Typically, a modal requires an exciter or some kind of input signal for it to work. So what you need to do first is give it an exciter. I'm going to use a noise instead of this module. We'll use that for a different purpose today. So we have a noise module here, and what I want is just a single hit. Okay, so there you go. That's all I need. Even that is not properly shaped, so we'll shape that in a bit. And then I want to add a modal. There you go. Okay, if I play this, there you go. So you can hear. There you go. But this noise needs to be a little bit more shapely, okay? And also the envelope is kind of a pluck sound. So I have to give it a release, remove the sustain, and I think there you have it. Not gonna mess with that too much. All right. So to shape the noise, what I need to do is pull it down and then have it be modulated by an MSEG. All right, so here's my MSEG. What I really want is something, the same thing that you have seen in the other tutorials, very similar, okay? What I usually do is I create these little things that helps me not having to do the same thing over and over again. But you get the idea. This is it, okay? Now, if you do that, much better. Okay, so you can kind of see that sound forming. I might have to play with the delay a little bit. Oh, sorry, decay. Okay, I want it to ring out a little bit. I think that's pretty good. Okay, and then I really want to shape it. So this was bugging me a lot because Zebra 3 did not have the shaper module. However, the distortion module has been redesigned, and I believe it can also act as a shaper module, and that's exactly what I did. Okay, so we will bring up a distortion module here. Okay, and this kind of gives it this can really kind of shape your sound a little bit. I really like what it's doing. Okay, we'll leave it at soft clip. Okay, and okay, that's enough. Yeah, right around there is not bad. Okay, the levels are really low, but that's okay. We'll fix that in the end. Okay. Now once this is done, it is still missing that the EQ curve is not really right. So I think it's a lot of mid in there. You always this is how I just sweep through the frequency and see what happens. Okay, I think somewhere there is okay. Okay, now, I cannot play the original sound here, obviously, but this sound in the song has a real hard hit in the beginning, right? There's a percussive sound to it, which the noise and the modal will not give me. What I really need is something that will, I'll just start it in this lane. Okay, it's going to be a total separate lane of sounds, will be mixed down in the global grid later. So I need the exciter. There you go. See that sound, but that exciter sound is a little bit too much, right? So what I need to do is kind of have a filter there. So you take that high frequencies off. Where's the filter? Okay, here you go. You can leave it at linear, that's okay. So you can kind of see, yeah, that's too much volume too. Okay, we'll play with the levels later, but you get the idea. Okay, so we have a filter. I don't really like the filter, just taking it from another lane. That's usually for the filter FM. The input matters for for this knob. Okay, now right now it's still not the right shape I wanted, so I'm going to add another distortion. If I can find distortion here. Okay, here you go. So this time again I'll try. This is kind of a clicky sound. It really doesn't work well with the soft clip. At least I didn't find it useful, so hard clip is good. Okay, and then increase the amount a little bit and see where sometimes you can just increase the amount a lot. I think right about there is good. Okay, you can also play with the filter here to see. Increase the volume here so you can hear what I'm doing. Mute this. Okay. The way to replicate a sound is to keep going back to the original sound, so you can kind of cleanse your head a little bit and go back to that original, and you keep comparing your sound to the other one. You'll never get to that original sound as it is because you have no idea what process was used. Was it sample based? Was it another synth? It could have been even just Zebra that it was created on, but you still will never be able to replicate exactly. But you can kind of build that character out in the sound and kind of play with it. Okay, so let's try here. Okay, and even then the clicky sound, I'm not fully happy about it, right? So a great way to change the quality of sound a lot is to use an equalizer in resonator mode. Okay, so you can already see the difference. See that it was that, but now it has an acoustic quality to it. Okay, so I typically try to bring everything down and play with one. I think that's all we need. We need there you go, somewhere it's really striking, right? Oh, what happened? Okay, I can also play with this. There you go. Maybe around there is good. Okay, you can bring the intensity down a little bit. Okay, good. Okay, I think the bass sound is all there. Okay, now let's worry about the global effects. Okay, want to see how it plays right now? Let's see. Okay, it's kind of there. I think the clicky sound is a little bit too much. You barely need it, but in the song it's very prominent, and I think there's a lot of post-processing also that happens. Okay, but now the whole sound can be shaped. Okay, the first thing you would do is, again, for lack of the shaper module, you would go to distortion. Okay, so there is a distortion, and we can leave it at the soft clip, and let's maybe, okay, now play with the tone. I think if you really bring down the volume here, okay, somewhere around there is okay. All right, okay. Now the next thing is, I want some kind of reverb to bring it out, but Zebra reverb is synth reverb, right? And it's not really. I love it, right? I love the Zebra 2 reverb even more. This one seems to be a little bit more, for lack of better word, conservative. It's not really giving you that lushness, but it's still good nonetheless. Okay, so I don't need that much. Oh, that's too much, right? So you, and oh god, it's you can. That's all you need. Very, very little, just to give it that, just like a room space. Okay. Okay. Still not very happy with the sound, and what I think it's lacking is a little bit of resonance, right? What I probably need is to create another EQ here and take the input from the sound, right? And this is lane 1. I'm going to just do this. Okay, let's mute the other one. Okay. And the CQ, what you really need is that acoustic quality. So let's go to the resonator mode. Again, I think we can pretty much do the same thing we did here. So let's turn these off. This one too off. Okay. Okay, I think I can use here. Okay, I think around there. That's really good. Okay, so bring it down a little bit. Okay, but this is a bit too much. So okay, now what I want to do is bring a little bit of this into the reverb as well, so that you can use a mix module for that. Okay, and I'm not worried about panning or anything. I just want to make sure that mix is taking it from the second lane. Okay, let's bring this down here. Okay, so okay, too much, so that the clicky sound also reverberates in the room. Okay, you get that. Okay, and I want that resonance a little bit more pronounced here. I think that's kind of where I want the sound. Okay, let's see if what it sound like. It's kind of lacking the full body of the sound, which we can fix here maybe. Again, I think that clicky sound is a little bit too much. Okay, and increase the levels a little bit here. I think you probably see if I move it, it's gonna go to 2. Watch here. So I think you can press the shift key and move it. So I think I'll just give it 1. Okay. I need very little of that sound. I think that's what is bothering me. Okay. Okay. All right. It's been fun. I'm going to try and upload this and see how this goes. Okay, if there's a copyright strike, I'll try to do a new one. But if there is none, you're watching the first attempt at it. Okay, thank you, and I will see you next time.